Welcome to an episode of the Sports Genes Into the Lab podcast, where sports analysts and experts dissect the latest news from the NBA and NFL, giving you a unique view on some of the hottest topics around your favorite teams. From the fresh field smells of the NFL to the hardwood courts of the NBA and possibly your comfy couch for your fantasy football team. Let's see what kind of news the lab is working with today. Here's your host from the Sports Analytics headquarters in San Antonio, Texas, Ernest Silva.
It is a small cast today. Right now, it's just me, and I am very excited to talk to you post-turkey week. I am filled up with that turkey, and you already know that bridge holiday is over. It is Christmas time, feeling the festivities 4 weeks straight, nothing but wearing the Santa hat, maybe an extra 2 for that special holiday in January. I am your host, Ernest Silva. Excited to be with you. Add Into the Lab Pod is where you're catching tonight's episode. Or maybe you're on one of my personal streams, which I appreciate you, of course. And if not, come join the fun later on. We might have some people coming in and out, but let's see. Dre Rogers is backstage. Let's see if he's going to be joining us from Bali. Dre, are you here? Don't think so. I don't think we have Dre yet. We can't hear you yet, Dre. You're still on mute. We'll send you backstage. Just send a message if you're ready to come on, and we'll bring you on. But all right, tonight's episode's full of fun. Gonna do some fantasy football analysis for you. Send those questions in. Comment those questions tonight. We want to see those questions, so answer those live. Answer any fantasy football questions live. I will be here tonight. I am going to be the host with the most, and I'm going to answer all those questions. We do see that TC Rex is there. TC Rex, glad to see you, bud. I just saw you streaming. Go check him out on twitch.tv/TC Rex. Good luck tonight, man. Hope you have a great stream. But let's hit the ground running. Again, your host, Ernest Silva, with the Blue Collar Media Group, powered by Blue Collar Media Group. My record tonight, going into this week, 110, 69, and 1. Third place in the chase for the ring standings for ITL's wonderful ring. I'm excited. I mean, it's weird if I win my own ring. You know, who knows what happens at that point. But again, I mean, I'll flash it, right? You got to have bragging rights. I think I saw Kenny flash on the screen. Londo is producing tonight, so I'm not by myself here. Londo, why don't you flash Kenny from the Shoot or Shoot podcast back on the screen? Special shout out to him. Kenny still in first place, so leading by 5 games over myself, but tied with Dre Rogers. Tied with Dre Rogers again this season. Second time this season that they're tied. But guys, again, send in those fantasy football questions. We're still having ITL Pick Em, and we'll give those picks as they were given to us off air by your favorite analysts. But be careful. That is not a glitch on your screen. That is right. This episode is sponsored by Glitch Energy, where you can go use code BCMG today to get 20% off. If you hold off for just a bit, 4 more days on the 5th, it turns into 25% off. That's right. Glitch Energy with a Y.com to get those special promotions. All right, guys, small cast, just me, like the old days, just me talking into the abyss here. We're going to have some fun. Comment, we'll interact. Londo, we posting those comments on the screen. And again, if you have any fantasy football questions, it's playoff time, baby. I'll answer those as well, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. Meanwhile, Kenny says fact check. He's up 1 game. We'll get that looked at, Kenny. We'll definitely verify. Nonetheless, Kenny is in first place and very excited. He thinks that he's going to he might even come on tonight. Actually, he's sending me a message right now. So we may have Kenny Cotterill with us. But of course, I know, Coach. I know we're guestless tonight, but that's okay. That's okay. We are going to go right into primetime pick 'em. Luke says he's coming on. You know, you come on this thing and you sound I must be terrible by myself. That's okay. That's okay. We're going to have some fun in just a minute. But while we're waiting for the group to come on, let's watch some Stream Team video and let's run that promo right now.
There's a guy right here. Did not get scared at all.
Nice.
Oh! Yo! Clip that! Clip that headshot! No fucking way! Let's go! Yo, that guy in the heli, he was all the way across the map!
I think they've shut the door on these people.
I don't. Oh, that's my ace, bro!
Last player standing. Clutch.
Oh, damn.
I'm going, Daddy.
Another handful down.
Tough battle.
Got him.
Beautiful.
Here's the stairwell right here. I think she went down it, dude. Oh my fuck! Shit! That fucking got me.
This motherfucker's an idiot. I'm just. Oh. Fuck.
Finisher.
Finish him.
Darkness before dawn.
Did a lot of damage.
You, oh, fuck off. F off. F off. No one likes you. You're ugly. You're ugly.
See?
Oh my! You just died? No, someone fucking walked into the room that I was in as I was about to walk out the stairs. The fuck?
Glad I
Yelled.
Oh my god. Oh my god! That flick!
You know, one thing I do love about the stream team is that there's so many characters on there. I mean, from Punishable Gaming to TC Rex to Just Easy TV to Sam Fashion and Paranoid Wanta. I mean, just all of them are fantastic. Twitch.tv or Facebook Gaming. Go catch some of the best streamers that are around right now. Coach Peanut, another streamer that's absolutely fantastic. He's made so many runs in Fortnite, so many tournament wins. Coach Peanut, thank you. Appreciate the videos. Good. Shout out to It's Rated Merc. You might have seen some of his Spider-Man videos. He is our video man for ITL and BCMG as a whole. Guys, primetime pick 'em, and I can't answer any fantasy questions unless you post them. So if it is almost playoff time, post those fantasy football questions, and maybe we answer them during those games or during primetime pick 'em. We're going straight into picks. I am here for you guys tonight. You got my full attention, full analysis. So let's run it down. Round one starts right after you hear the bell. That's the bell. And if you're live, you're like, Ernest, what the heck are you talking about? There is no bell. You're absolutely right. You're not going cuckoo in the cabeza. There is no bell live. We will one day have a bell. It'll be loud. It'll wake up my daughter. My wife will go crazy. But as of right now, we don't have a bell. What we do have is a bell on the podcast site. So if you're missing tonight or you want to hear my beautiful voice all over again tomorrow, you can catch that bell tomorrow on tomorrow's episode. Trying to buy time. Obviously, it's not working. So let's just run right into it. The guys get annoyed by any of my Dallas Cowboy analysis. So, Londo, why don't we just get the annoying part out of it? Let's do it. Let's go to Dallas. Thursday Night Football primetime pick'em is here. Them Cowboys, they have been stale the last 3 out of the last 4 weeks. They had one great game against the Falcons, but it has not been pretty. Cowboys Nation, everybody give it up. How about them Cowboys? If you're like me, you're hoping that this is going to be a whole new Cowboys team and we just come out and stomp at the Superdome in New Orleans tomorrow night. There's Ashley, the sweetest voice of ITL, joining us at SweetPeach4_. Thanks for your support. We appreciate you, even when you're not on. Dallas Cowboy Nation, let's rise up. We have some fantastic news for you. That is right. Tyron Smith is playing. Amari Cooper is playing. CeeDee Lamb is playing. The Cowboys offense should be clicking. It is not easy to win in New Orleans. And of course, Mark Ingram for the Saints is back. Taysom Hill getting his first start of the year for the Saints. This is going to be a matchup where we see which defense closes out early on and which team gains the momentum early on. The Cowboys are 6-0 when scoring first in a game this season. So the key to the Cowboys winning for me is score first and score early and use that run game as much as you can. It was thought that Zeke will be on a load management circumstance for the Dallas Cowboys. It's beginning to feel like it's not going to be quite that way unless something happens in the game. So keep a lookout, Zeke fantasy owners. Should be regular usage as normal. For this game, Dallas Cowboys, 4.5-point favorites, playoff implications on the line for the Cowboys as the Eagles, Giants, and football team seem to be getting their own things together. Well, we never really compliment the Eagles. It's the other two that seem to be getting wins. I'm taking the Cowboys to win this game, cover the 4.5 on the road against New Orleans, who will probably struggle in the early going, which will give the Cowboys that lead that they need and play into their game. So Dallas Cowboys minus 4.5 to start this game and to start our pick 'em. And you know what? Since I'm the only one here, we might as well do it. That's a BCMG guarantee. That's right. Dallas minus 4.5. Dallas minus 4.5. Plug those into your parlay ticket. I'm sure Steve Reisner is squirming at the fact that I get to control all the guarantees tonight. Yeah, it's going to be one of those episodes. Dallas minus 4.5. Plug that in. Write it on your sheets. Type it up, and then we'll look at what that ticket says at the end of the night. All right, we don't have one of those fancy videos, but we are going to take the next conversation over to Cincinnati, and Cincinnati Bengals will be playing against those Los Angeles Chargers. The Cincinnati Bengals came off a very impressive win. Evan Rosales says Cowboys winning by 3 touchdowns. Baby, I am with you. Trust me. I am all about them Cowboys. You know what? Just for that, Evan, we're going to do the BCMG guarantee all over again. Cowboys minus 4.5. You're absolutely right. I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. Going back to the game, Cincinnati versus Los Angeles. The Cincinnati Bengals had an impressive win last week. Absolutely dominated in their Week 12 victory. And the Los Angeles Chargers are doing exactly what they do every season, where they don't have that next level in their game. The Chargers are great every year, guys. Every year we see the Chargers come in. They start off 5-2. They start off 4-1. They look fantastic. Then we ask them to get that next gear on offense, find that next stop on defense, and all of a sudden the Chargers are a pretend. They're not that team. And we'll see it as we look at some of the standings in the playoff picture of what these two teams are going into this week, because this is a huge playoff implication for both teams. This AFC matchup is going to be all about the tiebreaker and about where they're in the standings. And both teams are just fighting to keep their spot in the standings. So the Cincinnati Bengals will be looking to make a statement at home. So for all of you who are out there and are intrigued by this matchup, this is a Joe Burrow week for me. This is Joe Burrow showing why utilizing T. Higgins last week and utilizing Jamar Chase and of course the everlasting my favorite Joe Mixon. The Bengals offense is going to click in this game and they're going to look very good at home. But the Chargers will be desperate. They're sitting at the 7th spot here in the AFC standings. They need this win. It will be chippy. From a guy who triple stacked the Chargers offense in fantasy, absolutely looking at this game being a shootout. So this is my shootout of the week. Play your Justin Herberts, play your Joe Burrows, play your wide receivers, play your running backs, play everybody in the offensive end. Is going to be a shootout. I'm thinking this game's going to be something like 37-32, Cincinnati with the win. But hold the phone, guys. It's not my only voice tonight. That's right. Just Luke has joined the fray of ITL. Luke, what's going on, my man?
Well, Ernest, I decided to leave my sad boy weekend and join you on this wonderful podcast on this great Wednesday because this weekend was rough, to say the least.
I understand. I didn't even mention your team because I had a feeling you might come on. So I mentioned Cincinnati did a shellacking. I didn't mention to what team, but you're still feeling that 3 days later.
Well, it all started with the old Hardball Bowl. And then
sorry about that loss too, buddy.
Then apparently Cam Hayward is the only NFL player on the Steelers roster, apparently. He's the only one that knows how to play football. But hey, just a reminder, we should play more music at practice so it'll be more fun. Chase Claypool, you fucking clown.
The great debate. Coach Peanut chimes in and says the Chargers will win this game. Luke, we're on Bengals Chargers. Bengals at home, 3.5-point favorites against the Chargers. Chargers a 7 seed right now if playoffs begin. The Bengals looking to really come off that victory against Pittsburgh. Who are you taking in this matchup?
That one's a tough one. whatever the over is, I'll probably take the over in that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. I like what the Cincinnati Bengals are doing. I mean, they're moving the ball. I mean, Joe Mixon's on a tear, and Joe Burrow's getting his ball to his playmakers. I could see the Bengals pulling this one out because I don't know what Chargers team's going to show up.
Yep, I'm completely with. This happens every year, right? The Chargers have this 6 games.
This has been
lull.
like this since like 2000.
6 games lull, middle of the season. You're like, oh, they're great, and all of a sudden they fall off. Couldn't agree more. But hold the phone. We have another entrance. Kenny Goddard is back on ITL. It's a blessing in disguise. Thanksgiving wish come true. What's up, Kenny?
Why would Luke leave? Does it have something to do with the Buckeyes being no good and the Steelers being a glorified AFL team? Is that what it is?
I'm leaving. Hey, we can play in the CFL, motherfucker.
That's true.
You guys would probably lose to the Rough Riders in the West Final this week, so I'm not really putting it past you guys to do that.
But we made it to the finals. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
There we go, guys.
Luke is salty about his Collier shot loss, and I understand, but here's the reason why the Chargers are going to win this game, because the Bengals are still frauds, and I still stand by the fact that they're frauds. Someone today posted Joe Mixon is a top 5 running back in the NFL. I think the ambulance would like to have a word because that's all he's been in the last 4 years. So let's slow the roll on playing well for 2/3 of the year. The Chargers, yes, they are not great down the stretch, but we're acting like the Bengals are like the 85 Bears down the stretch. They're not exactly world beaters. Yes, we don't know which Chargers team is going to show up.
I can't confirm they're the 85 Bears, kind of called her.
Did you not see that last week, Kenny?
Oh wait. Did I miss the update? Did Terry Bradshaw tell me that? No, I'm sorry. They're still not a good football team. For a team that was expected to win 7 games, they've exceeded expectations, but I'm still going to roll with the Chargers this week because the NFL doesn't make sense this year. We see the Jets beat the Titans, and so just because we think that the Bengals are really good, they're actually not because no one's good in the NFL this year, so give me the Chargers.
All right, Kenny and Lou going with the Chargers. No BCMG guarantee, but I'm going to string the light because we have our first fantasy football question, which is what tonight is all about, as we have playoff implications for most teams into this week. Guys, which one at flex says Joshua Loyola, Brandon Ayuk, Deontay Johnson, or Jamal Williams? Again, Jamal Williams getting that start. Deontay, always a Steelers favorite. And then Brandon Ayuk, obviously that step up with Debo missing a couple weeks in a standard league. So I'll start with you, Kenny. Who would you play if you had all 3 on your team?
I'm starting Ayuk to ride the hot hand more than anything else. Deontay's been fine, but Big Ben, I thought that he had a noodle arm, and that might have been disrespectful to Noodles. So I'm going to go.
That's just rude, Kenny. I mean, that's just rude.
Okay.
I don't bash your team. Okay.
Oh, that's not true at all. That's actually not even close to true. But no, seriously, Ben has not looked great at times this year. I think it's a huge risk because, you could get a decent Big Ben game, but that's also asking a lot. So I'm going to go with Ayuk. I really don't trust Williams. I know that it's a standard league, but I just think that you get way more upside with Ayuk because I think they're going to try and mix in some of those Debo plays that we've been seeing throughout the year. So that's why I'm rolling with them.
Well, and I'll go before you, Luke, on this one. Ayuk is my choice as well, and it's not really close. Ayuk will get some of those Samuel snaps, and you saw it last week. They checked out of 4 runs that were going to go to Brandon Ayuk. He ran the ball once for 4 yards, but he's going to be the guy when Debo Samuel goes out, and they're going to be in a game where they're going to be throwing. And other than Kittle, that's your next weapon through the air. So not only a run threat, but also through the air. I think Ayuk has his game. Might have a couple weeks where he's riding that flex spot for you. Jamal Williams would be my next start. I think that's the guy after Swift, and Minnesota's not favorable, but through the air might have a couple of touchdowns if lucky. But when I think standard, I think touchdown, and that's where I'm going with it. Deontay is
Godspeed.
Yeah, Deontay is not my favorite choice, especially in a primetime game with Big Ben. I don't trust Big Ben. But Luke, to you.
Haters. Oh, y'all. Drinking hater
saw that
all week
as I went across
all week.
Let me sip a little bit more.
100% agree with you because I'm playing Brandon Ayuk at my flex no matter what. It's the hotter offense. It really is, and he can get it in the air and on the ground. And in a standard league, that's pretty good. So,
boy, was that a wild ride.
Kenny, what are you talking about?
Yeah, sorry. Vic called me right as we were dropping and said that. I could have helped you guys out there. So that's on me.
No problem, Kenny. You know what, Londo? Let's move on. Hope that helps. Josh, let us know if you have any other questions. We are going right to Las Vegas.
That's not where I just was.
Oh, I do not care to talk about Las Vegas after last week, but I guess if we have to, we will. The Las Vegas Raiders, 2.5-point favorites against the Washington football team in an exciting matchup where both are fighting for playoff lives. Again, another big matchup where Washington's hanging around. They've winners of 3 straight, trying to make a run at the NFC East, and you have the Las Vegas Raiders on the outside in themselves, but 6-5, who came off a big win in Dallas. Luke, what do you see in this game?
Buy station. That's literally one of the worst ones.
Kenny, what are you doing with your life over there? I mean,
Damn
we're
it,
trying
I won't have
to
enough
give
to
it
buy
to the
both,
people over
but-
here, and you're over here talking zombies or something.
Absolutely is. Definitely Call of Duty.
Rude. Anyway, first of all, Washington, name your football team already. I'm tired of it. It's getting so old. It's not even cool anymore. Just name your football team. Second, I actually like what the football team's doing. So I've never really liked the Raiders. I've always been a Raider hater. So, I mean, Taylor Heineke seems to have him going in somewhat of a direction. I'm not going to say the right direction, but I'm not going to say the opposite direction. So I'm definitely going to take the football team. But, oh, man, if your boys would just, show up every Sunday, Ernest, we wouldn't even be talking about the football team. Shots fired.
You're absolutely correct. No, they absolutely deserve the criticism. We'll be seeing how my feelings are about the Cowboys tomorrow night.
Ooh,
if they don't win tomorrow night, that's going to be an absolute.
Oh, Kenny died.
Kenny's gone. All right.
Yep.
Let's look at this game. Right, the Las Vegas Raiders. Since a bit of a tumultuous season, right? Kind of all over the place. What's happening
been something.
here? Distractions, to say the least. But through all of it, right?
You know what? Listen,
Derek Carr
what
looks
all
good.
started this, Ernest?
What started
You
this?
know what all started it? They signed Antonio Brown.
That's
where it all started.
Antonio Brown, Hard Knocks, Gruden, Ruggs, and you just keep going down the line.
Just keep going down the list.
Crazy. Derek Carr's been fantastic this year. Number 4 in fantasy, PPR wise, and not that matters, but number 4 in fantasy. I mean, air yards galore. He leads the league. If you have Derek Carr stashed on your bench because you invest in another quarterback, you're doing it right? Like Derek Carr is that guy. And he's going to have a great game. Like Las Vegas, in my opinion, is going to show up in this game. And that's why your Moreaus, your Brian Edwards, your Renfros are going to be going high, right? The only worry is Waller, right? Is Waller going to be missing, going to be a huge factor for Las Vegas, or is it just a system spot and we see Moreau go off in that spot? So that's a huge question mark for Las Vegas that they'll have to get through in the first half. But football team is not fantastic, like you said, right? You're going to start your Scary Terrys. You're going to start Antonio Gibson, especially Antonio Gibson, given the McKissick news. Antonio Gibson is a workhorse at this point. And so this is going to be a grind out game. I have Vegas winning this game and covering the spread since Washington's going to them. And I see Vegas making their run to get one of those final wildcard spots in the last few weeks. Luke, who's your choice?
This is a tough one, but the East Coast, West Coast bias always gets me. So I'm going to go with the West Coast team in the Death Star. So why not?
There you go. I can't wait to see the Vegas Stadium in person. Like that's going to be so special.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about that. All right. Well, you know what they say, it's nothing like Sunday night football. So let's head over to Kansas City. think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. -10's a big spread for a team that's been playing quite well in Denver. Kansas City, 10-point favorites against those stingy Denver Broncos are coming off another big win. Patrick Surtain had himself a game last week, and that Broncos defense looked very difficult, or that Chargers offense was just flat. We'll find out this week. Kansas City been on their A game as of late, though, streaking to the top of the AFC. In a game that's going to be at home at Arrowhead Stadium, everybody loves the Chiefs. I'm starting all Chiefs wherever is possible. I think the Chiefs have a big day through the air. I am going to throw caution to all of you CEH owners. Press the brakes. I don't know if that's the guy this week. I think that's a big caution flag for me. If anything, I think there's a couple of poached touchdowns by Darrell Williams. And I think that's the guy to play in the backfield. But for the Denver Broncos, stay away. Period. I don't like this game. If this game is close and low in scoring, it's one of those Chiefs struggle offense games. The Broncos have a chance to cover this spread, but I don't think they have the firepower to win it. I'm taking the Chiefs to win and not cover on this spread. I think the Broncos play a good game. I think they keep a pulse there. I do like Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams in the backfield. I think they keep the clock running. And this game is going to be very much orchestrated to fit that offense. Give me the Chiefs to win and not cover. How do you feel about the spread, Luke?
You know, Ernest, this is the first time in, I'm probably going to say like 3 or 4 years that the Kansas City Chiefs aren't scary.
I agree.
They're not world beaters. And let's face it too, how much would it suck from being in LA, playing in LA, and then traveling to the coldest mile-high stadium? No one wants to do that.
Right.
You know, that was my biggest thing last week. I'd stay far away from that game because it was cold in Denver. A very cold game for those LA Chargers. So I stayed very far away from that game. And when they play at Mile High, Teddy Two Gloves, he does what he does. You know what I mean? He wins ball games at home. You know what I mean? With that defense, can you say that defense is better without Von Miller? Can I say that?
I think it's not too soon. I think that's the truth, and I think they believe it.
That's I think they do too. Well, yeah, getting that off your books, it will make you feel pretty good about yourself. I think the Chiefs do win by 6. I don't. It's just something about playing in Mile High. It's nice. It's cold. It's going to be loud, and like I said, the Chiefs aren't world beaters this year, so I could see them winning this game, but just not by 10, a full 10. Double digits in the NFL, stay away.
They let them hang around, right? I could see the Broncos having the ball down 8, 9, maybe even a touchdown, and they're going to try to tie it. And it's like, wow, how is this game so close? And it's one of those head scratchers, right? An AFC West head scratcher. You're just like, the team's not nearly as good. And how many times have the Broncos been way less talented on defense, and this game is close? Right.
Correct.
So and the Chiefs have been astronomically better. So give me the Chiefs to cover, not win. I think you're saying the same, Chiefs to win, but not cover as well. And I think we'll ride into Monday night being undefeated in primetime pick 'em as we go to Buffalo. I don't know what the saying is, but I think it's something like nobody circles the wagons like, what was it? How'd that go just, Luke?
New England Patriots, Ernest? Is that what it is? The New England Patriots?
Holy crap, the Patriots are back. And for an episode that Steve is not here, we get to actually compliment the New England Patriots. Touche, Steve. The Patriots look phenomenal. 8-4, second in the conference. Yet the underdog on the road to Buffalo. Buffalo 3-point favorites against those surging New England Patriots. Since the Cowboys gave them a bit of a wake-up call, Patriots have looked dominant. So I am looking forward to Monday Night Football. Matter of fact, I have a lot of fantasy implications. I do have Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs stacked. So in my regular home league, if for any reason it's a close one, I will be looking at that game intensely. Yep. And then, of course, I'm bringing back the saying, who? Mac Jones. That guy is all over the place for fantasy football. A fantastic game last week from Mac Jones. Kendrick Bourne, too. Another great game from him. I don't know with the news on the defensive end that they're a little bit weaker this week. I think Buffalo's susceptible, and this is a scary game for Buffalo. Almost must win for the division. How do you feel, Luke, about this game, and where are you leaning?
I think this is the first time I can be excited about a Monday Night Football game. Like, I'm actually pretty pumped for this game, not gonna lie, because this is what the NFL is about. 2 division rivals on a Monday night, late in Foxborough, cold, probably snowing. Like, this is what football is definitely about. It's crazy. Is it like 2001 again, Ernest?
I know.
Like, is this just the beginning of the shit show all over again?
This is it.
Like, I feel like this is just a Vietnam flashback to 2001, 20 years later. And that quarterback's still playing in the league. He's just not on the Patriots anymore.
Yep. That's the craziest thing you've said all night.
Going to Fox. They're going to Buffalo?
Buffalo. It's in Buffalo. Yep.
Oh, they're going to Buffalo. Okay. Wow, Buffalo's favored at home against the Patriots. That's a one in a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, at least.
It's kind of unbelievable.
I don't know. I just like how they're running the football in New England, and this is the right time of year for that to be happening. And Buffalo still, to me, doesn't have a running offense. It still all relies on Josh Allen's arm. Yep. And Matt Judon has had a career awakening year under Bill Belichick. So I'm going to probably go with the New England Patriots. I would take that plus
that is probably statistically the right bet for this game. But I'll tell you what, for a franchise that has turned it around and shown, it's a playoff team, I am leaning Bills and covering the 3 for this game because I do think they split home and home. I do think they're going to hold their own, which would mean Buffalo wins this one, but when they meet up in 3 weeks, I think it's 3 weeks, could be 2 weeks, that New England takes that game and probably takes it convincingly. So I'm going to take Buffalo to win this game and send New England into their bye week with the loss, which would be very Bill Belichick to come back and just stomp all over them.
Just stomp the shit out of them.
Because they come back and play the Bills at home after the bye. So it would make perfect sense. I'm going to lean with the narrative. I'm going to lean with the hot hand of Josh Allen. I think this is a big fantasy week for Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, that stack. Not only because I have them, but because I do believe it's going to be a lot of air yards for Josh Allen. I do think they'll be playing from behind for a bit here. Taking the Bills at home to win and cover in this game. Bills -3. If we take a look at our primetime pick'ems across the board, it looks like a great friend of the show, Rachel Gonzalez. I'm going with the Bills. All about that future possible BCMG show. Keep a lookout for that. But if we look at the other people that are part of the sports scientists, Steve says, of course, New England all the way. Give me New England -3. And Kenny says Buffalo, which we all knew that was going to happen. So
was going to happen.
No BCMG guarantee on this one either. But the holiday season keeps on giving. We're going into fire round picks right now. That ends our primetime pick'em with just one BCMG guarantee, and we all know who that was. That's right, the Dallas Cowboys -4.5. We're all feeling very good about that tomorrow. But let's go into fire round picks, and we're going to jump right into it. Houston versus Indianapolis, which is a game that's going to be very entertaining. I think Houston's looking to get revenge off of losing to Indy just a few weeks ago. And the Colts coming in playing very good football, coming off that loss to Tampa Bay. I'll start off with fantasy implications. Tyrod Taylor, I don't know if that's a must play. If you have another option, I would probably lean that way. But Brandon Cooks is safe. David Johnson, you probably want to stay away from. The Colts defense is for real, guys. It gave Tom Brady fits all week last week, even though he threw up 31 points. And from the Colts perspective, Jonathan Taylor, I don't even know why you're asking. I don't know, Luke, for you, Carson Wentz is never like a guarantee play for me, but against the Houston defense, they made Zach Wilson look, like an NFL quarterback. So I've got to think Carson Wentz is probably a play.
So here's the thing, Ernest. I don't have a quarterback this week.
Oh,
so this
are you streaming Wentz?
I had to pick up, and he was the first one on the waiver wire.
Wow.
So naturally, the Houston Texans is going to win this football game because Carson Wentz is going to roll both of his ankles in the first minute of the game and be
but
done.
They won't. I still don't think the Texans will win because Sam Ehlinger comes off the bench, and you already know Texas is Sam.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the Colts win. I'm taking the Colts to win, even with their backups quarterback. And Kenny's probably laughing that I'm bringing up Sam Ehlinger again. I'm taking the Colts to win this game. I'm probably thinking you are too, Luke.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's 2 picks for Indianapolis, and you can wrap that up to Steve and Kenny picking Indianapolis too, which makes it in BCMG guarantee. Dallas Cowboys -4.5. Indianapolis Colts money line. We are rolling here and going over to Detroit. Detroit Lions versus the Minnesota Vikings. The Detroit Lions, you don't play. However, this stack of Goff and Reynolds next season may be a thing. Got to keep an eye on that. They looked fantastic last week. But no DeAndre Swift. He is out for this game. Jamal Williams gets the start against Minnesota. A lot of people are leaning on that considering there's nobody else really in the backfield. I am not a huge fan of this, but Jamal Williams is a beast. That man is a player. So we will see him take over that backfield. As for the Minnesota Vikings, bigger news, right? Dalvin Cook won't be back till December 20th. That means it is Alexander Mattison time. For all of you holding on to Alexander Mattison, you play him this week. This is the week he goes off for 38 points and looks fantastic and then teeters off. This is the week you play Madison, and I think Kirk Cousins and team takes care of it. Vikings to win at home. What about you, Luke?
Yeah, that sounds about it. I mean, if you pick the Lions, I mean, you're just smoking something that you just need to go get checked. I don't know. The only time I picked them is when they played the Steelers, so they covered. So that's all that mattered to me.
There you go. There you have it. And that's another BCMG guarantee. Mark it down on your papers, everybody. Sweep it around. Let's go. 2 money lines, 2 guarantees. That's right. If you want to win, guys, if you want the money, mark these things down. I swear to you, it's a great holiday tradition. We win in December. So fun fact, I was going back through the records. ITL has hit 4 parlays, all of them in December. Wow. This might be the next one. So this might be the next one. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to all of you. Rach is all over the Vikings as well. I'm with you, Rach. I am right there with you. Vikings all the way. All right, guys. Londo, send us over to Miami. What's going on, Miami? Oh, gosh, the Giants. Gross. All right. Miami Dolphins, Tua Waddle. Start it. That is the start there. Might even see some Gesicki sightings. I'll tell you what, Luke. I lost my fantasy football matchup to a friend of mine because I started Gesicki over Gronkowski, and I'm sick to my stomach. Sick to my stomach. Yes. Absolutely pissed off about that. Tough. I know. Absolutely pissed off. But, okay, I digress. Miami's look very good. With the addition of Phillip Lindsay in the backfield, some Myles Gaskins people have a little bit of caution. It's Gaskins' backfield, guys. Lindsay's just a compliment. Gaskin will lead that backfield. Play Waddle. Play Gesicki if you have no other options. Tua will have a great game as well. Giants are not scary. Divisional matchups like the Eagles-Giants were going to be sloppy no matter what. That's what just happens in the NFC least, right? So I'm taking the Dolphins to win this game. Luke?
Fins up.
Fins up. And if you're asking who do I play from New York, get off of the station.
Absolutely
just
nobody.
You're not listening to us. You shouldn't have anybody there other than Saquon. But, again, stop.
I don't even want to talk about that, Ernest. Don't even want to talk about that bum.
I think we got a Dre Rogers sighting here. It seems he's come back, guys. We saw him at the beginning of the episode. We couldn't hear him. Dre, are you back with us?
Dead.
You're still on mute, Dre. You're still on mute.
Rip.
Dang, we got to figure this out, Dre. Might be a Bali disconnect. Let's take our talents over to Atlanta. We'll keep you backstage. It looks like you punched out. Atlanta against Tampa Bay. Well, I do not think this is a home and home like I do some other series. Atlanta, Cordero Patterson came back. Cordero Patterson continued to dominate. That man continues to be a statistical queen or king of fantasy football. You start him. That is who you start in Atlanta. And for Tampa Bay, you start everybody. That's just it's the Atlanta Falcons. Yes. Tampa Bay will roll in this game. I do think they win by double digits, Luke.
Bucks at home. Bucks
away.
Yeah. Oh, Bucks away. Oh, even better. They play better away from home. So give me the Bucks.
Yeah. Chip on his shoulder, and Tom Brady does not like the Falcons.
He doesn't lose in December. Okay.
No.
That guy
No.
don't lose in December.
And quite frankly, neither do the Patriots, which now makes me rethink that. But let's go
Yeah.
back. Back to Dre. Are we here? Damn it, Dre. I'm trying. I'm trying, Dre. Something on the screen, because the screen shows you muted. So it's not your headset. It's definitely the screen. Figure that out. We'll bring you back on. Let's move on to probably the snoozer of the week. Jets versus Eagles, where Zach Wilson will show off his New York roots against those Philadelphia Eagles. Start everybody in Philly. Miles Sanders might have himself a game. Might be that Miles Sanders game this week. You heard it here first, folks. This might be that Miles Sanders game. For me, Luke, with no Michael Carter, I think they lean on Elijah Moore in almost like a Debo capacity where they start bringing him out of the backfield as well. So I'm going all day with Elijah Moore. And if Corey Davis plays, Corey Davis. But who are you taking in this game?
Fuck the Eagles, man. Like, for real. Like, all you had to do was beat the lowly Giants last week. Like, what are you doing with your lives over there in Philadelphia? I might be smoking crack, but I still will not take the Jets. So give me the Eagles.
Yeah, I've got the Eagles as well, and that doesn't happen often, and we didn't say it again, but we have BCMG guarantees galore. We have not had a game so far that is not a BCMG guarantee. So let's circle back. Minnesota money line, Miami money line, Tampa Bay money line, Philly money line. This is getting nuts, guys. We're all on the same wavelength here on ITL. This may be a big parlay, and it may be big for your pocketbooks. So keep a look on what that's going to be worth when tomorrow's episode releases. Dre Rogers says he can see Luke, but he can't see me. I can see him, though. Dre, are you back?
Hi, Dre.
Dre Rogers, everybody.
It's that Bali internet.
Bali, Indonesia, Dre Rogers, tied for first place on Chase for the Ring. We're going to keep trying to have him on. We're going to Dre's second favorite team. That's right, the Chicago Bears against those Arizona Cardinals. Will Kyler and D-Hop be back for this game? The Cardinals lead the league 9-2 against the Bears, who are trying to figure themselves out, but looked pretty good with Andy Dalton last week. Got the win on Thanksgiving against Detroit, but it was Detroit.
Ernest Silva.
All right, guys.
Stop it.
It's Arizona and there's nobody else. You play whatever receivers Kyler's throwing to this Sunday, and for Chicago, you just stay away. I think I like Andy Dalton to have some garbage time throws. So if you want to start your Moonies, Robinson's not playing this week. It looks like he's trending downward. Maybe a Dalton Mooney garbage touchdown might get you something with Mooney if you're absolutely desperate. But you play the Cards, may even play the Cards defense in this game. Luke, I don't know if you could see it any other way.
First of all, if you're playing anybody on the Bears, you just need to go get help, or just take the L, because if you're reaching for them, you're already lost, bud. It's over. But you know what? This is gonna start the week of, is Cliff Kingsbury leaving for Oklahoma? This is what it's gonna start this week, but it's not. It's actually not going to start this week because the Bears suck. So give me the Cardinals. But mark my words, Ernest Silva, the next Cardinals loss, the first words will be, is Cliff Kingsbury really going to Oklahoma?
No, it's Matt Nagy going to Oklahoma. That was already in the books.
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding. The Bears are going to end up losing. That's another BCMG guarantee. Write them in. That's right, the Arizona Cardinals money line. Put that in your parlay. Dre Rogers, are you with me?
Dead.
The mute's off. Talk to us, Dre. Talk to us.
Nope.
I hear something.
Oh, that's the fire alarm.
Oh, well. Let's go over to Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Rams against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I won't say much. You play your Rams. You play your Jaguars to an extent. Understand there are going to be turnovers on the Jaguars side. Probably going to lean more towards like a Rams 26, 27-point victory here. I don't think this is going to be a close game. I don't think it's going to be a great game to watch. Going Rams to win this easily. How about you, Luke?
Rams. And let's face it, Ernest, everybody's saying Matt Stafford, oh my God, his back hurts. Oh, he's got back problems. Yeah, because he carried the entire state of Michigan his entire life. Okay? He had to carry a team. Yeah, my back's going to hurt too. Okay?
I do want to tell you though, no player can carry a team like a player from Texas. That man is from the Austin area, and he absolutely.
And where did he go to school, Ernest? Was it your precious UT?
No, it was not. No, it was not. Hey,
or your road runners.
Take it easy there. By the way, matchup of the century: UTSA versus UT next September.
Yeah,
that's going to be fun to watch. I'm definitely going to that game. I can't wait to watch that. But yes, Rams all day. This is a BCMG guarantee. We don't even need to talk about it. Rams player guys. Odell Beckham Jr. Welcome back.
Yeah,
welcome
he's
back.
alive.
Londo just dropped you. Welcome back. And here we go. And inside joke, but Rachel says Rams, and she's getting a smirk face. Yes, we're picking the Rams. Coach Pina did say go Eagles. I appreciate that. I think we all picked the Eagles. All right. Yeah. We got 2 games left, guys, in this fire round. We appreciate you all sticking around. Go follow all of us. You have Just Luke here, Dre Rogers trying to come on, Dre2124, and add into Lab. Spread the word, share the show. All right, Luke, here we go. Sunday Night Football is not this game. This game is in the middle of the day, Sunday. Steelers versus Ravens. This was dropped down to the middle of the day. I don't know how you could be optimistic for the Steelers. I'm going Ravens the whole way. Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, Hollywood Brown, you start them. Might even start some Bateman. And for the Steelers, unless a receiver gets hot, a Claypool, Deontay Johnson, maybe. But Najee Harris is really your only solid starter, kind of similar to David Montgomery with the Bears. I'm taking the Ravens. Luke, I'll let you do the full analysis on this game.
Ernest, I'm just sad. I'm just sad. I've never thought in my entire life I would ever see the Steelers get absolutely dominated from first snap to last snap. I mean, it was the worst game I've seen in 27 years of life. I mean, it was insane what I saw last Sunday. And if it seriously wasn't for Cam Hayward, we would be giving like 3 bills on the ground. I remember if you gave up 75 yards against the Steelers, that was a pretty good fucking day on the ground.
Yeah.
And now we're giving up 2 bills to fucking Joe Mixon. Now, I had Joe Mixon in my lineup last week, so I wasn't too upset about it. But I am seriously afraid of what this Baltimore Ravens run game is going to do to the Steelers on Sunday. I mean, I am absolutely petrified. And if it's not even Foreman, is it Freeman?
Devontae Freeman.
Yeah, Devontae Freeman. First of all, I mean, they had to literally go pick that dude off the couch to make him, and he's probably going to get 100 yards. Like,
if it's not Le'Veon Bell.
If it's not him,
yeah.
Lamar Jackson is probably going to have 200 yards on the ground by himself because the Steelers can't cover and they can't tackle. I think that's the worst part about the Steelers defense right now is the tackling. And it was so funny. Somebody tweeted today, one of the Steelers insiders tweeted today, hey, the Steelers practice in pads today. Well, no shit, they're going to practice in pads today. Well, I mean, what kind of insider shit is that? Yeah, they practice in pads. Like, holy wow. I didn't know they could do that. Like, I am seriously afraid, Ernest. I am so afraid of watching this game on Sunday because I feel like I can blink and it's going to be 14-0 real quick. And I don't pick Ratbirds. That's the thing. Like, I don't pick Ratbirds, but I'm picking Ratbirds this week. I can't believe I said that.
Wow. Baltimore over Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. It's going to be a really sad day in Pittsburgh.
It's going to be real bad. Especially when I have to go on a Ratbirds person's show that I got invited on. Can't wait for that
sorry.
one.
I know. But you should have a good time. Good friend of the show. Dre's trying. And, Dre's been on here now for at least 50 minutes trying to get on.
Yeah,
Dre, I'm going to give you another shot here. Can you hear us? Dre Rogers, everybody.
Blink twice if you're in danger.
Pump the mute. Pump the mute for us, Dre. We're going to keep you on for this last pick, Dre. Whether you're here or not, hopefully your audio comes through. Seahawks 49ers final game of the week. Seahawks versus 49ers. Seahawks trending the complete opposite direction of where the 49ers are trending. We already talked about Brandon Ayuk, but I think that's a guaranteed starter. George Kittle as well. I'm not as big of a fan of the running back by committee approach with Elijah Mitchell and Jeff Wilson, but I say that saying it's a committee. It was all Elijah Mitchell last week, and it will be all Elijah Mitchell going forward. I like to give kudos where kudos is due. Shout out to Nick. He was posting earlier today from PW Fantasy, and he stated, Elijah Mitchell rest of the season is probably a guaranteed starter. Absolutely agree. Gonna go ahead and say 49ers romp this one. 49ers win this one out. Luke, how do you see this game?
49ers by 1,000,000.
And maybe something's wrong with Russ. He needs to throw downfield to Lockett and Metcalf more. I don't know what's going on. I watched that game.
Honestly, they just need to call it. They just need to call it. Just call what it is. Take your draft pick. And because you're just going to get somebody hurt. Like, that team, they haven't fixed the offensive line, and, like, they're in the same position as the Steelers. They have good wide receivers. They have a terrible offensive line. We have a better running back, but they have the better quarterback. They're, like, right in between. They don't want to be mediocre, but they're not good either. So, like, that's the worst place to be in the NFL. You don't want to be mediocre. You either suck or you need to be really good. And they're like mediocre, and that's the worst place to be.
Yep, completely agree. And you got to choose one, right? Give up the farm, get your picks, move on, or go spend, right? Go waste your future.
Well, I mean, you pretty much gave up the barn for Jamal Adams. So, like, I mean, they're in the same position. I'm not going to say they're just as bad as the Rams, because the Rams ain't going to have a pick for 30 fucking years.
Yeah,
they're just in a weird spot, and that division is going to be tough for the next probably 10 years. Like, it's the way it is.
Yeah, what a crazy situation, guys. We have another BCMG guarantee, and we ended with just guarantees galore. We only had one in prime time. We end with what do we end with, like 10? All money lines were guaranteed. So let's run through it, right? For the BCMG guarantee, we have Dallas minus 4.5. Skip the rest of those, stay away. And then you have Indy, Minnesota, Miami, Tampa Bay, Philadelphia, Arizona, Los Angeles, Baltimore, and San Francisco money lines. All BCMG guaranteed. That'll probably get you a whopping 26-1. But hey, like I said, in 3 seasons, I guess this is the 3rd season. So in 2 seasons, we hit twice in our parlays in December. Got many people their money. We hit in December. This might be that one, guys. So mark it in. All money lines except for the 4 primetime games, and Dallas minus 4.5. Put that in there onto that parlay. We are going to put in what that is going to equal to. We'll say what that $5 bet's going to look like in our post tomorrow morning. Good luck to those Cowboys playing Thursday Night Football against the Saints, and good luck to Ollie on your bets. Good luck to your teams this weekend, and good luck to your fantasy teams. Only a couple fantasy questions. Kind of hurts the heart, but good luck to you guys. Hope you guys win. Luke, tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Hearts on Hockey. Start some shit, talk some shit. Twitter is absolutely lawless because of everything going on in college football. So if you definitely want to talk about anything, you can definitely get at me on Twitter at Hearts on Hockey for sure.
Let's go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. It is college basketball season, NBA season, start coming at you, and we got NFL going. Guys, this is the best time of the year. Most sports all at once. I can't complain whatsoever. Good luck to everybody. Hope you guys have a happy holiday. Happy Hanukkah to those who have started their festive season. And Rage, go Cowboys. Absolutely. Hope you guys have a great night. Take care, y'all.